And of course, there's some other things that a lot of times people don't think about, like for the fact that, when that child, they most likely that senior year, or maybe the summer following that senior year, the child has turned 18.
Right, and that's a magic number under the law.
It is. They may still seem like the child. Just because yesterday they were 17 and today they're 17 didn't automatically bestow on them things like, I don't know, common sense.
Right. So even that newly minted 18-year-old, you as a parent or grandparent are probably still thinking about them as a child, but the law looks at them as an adult.
That's exactly right. So, I've often had folks ask me, well, John, I know y'all are elder law attorneys. Well, how old do I need to be to benefit from using an elder law attorney? And my response is always, you need to be 18. And of course, that typically gets a laugh. And I am joking somewhat when I say that, but not really. And here's why. It's because, for example, I tell everybody that I ever talk to that there are 4 things that everybody walking around over the age of 18 should have in place. And we've talked about these on the show before. A financial power of attorney, a medical power of attorney, a HIPAA release, and a living will. But basically, these 4 documents are designed so that if somebody becomes incapacitated, that somebody else can help handle their business with that financial power of attorney, make medical decisions with that medical power of attorney, access medical records with that HIPAA release, and have some indication of end-of-life decisions on that living will, also known as a directive to physicians. But people don't think about this from an 18-year-old standpoint often until they've been slapped in the face with it.
Right.
And the classic example is the child who has gone off to college, and they're in Fayetteville, they're in College Station, they're in Austin, whatever, and let's say they get into a car wreck.
That's right, and they are over age 18, so they are an adult. So when that car wreck victim is taken to the ER, and you as a parent here back in the Texarkana area get that phone call from a roommate or a friend of your child, and they're telling you what hospital the child's been taken to, as you as the parent, you're frantic. But you pick up the phone and you call the ER of the hospital and you tell them, I am so-and-so's mother and I've been told she's been in a wreck and they're bringing her into the ER, or she's at the ER, what's her status, what's her condition, and John, what is that person answering the phone at the ER, what are they going to tell that parent, that frantic parent on the phone?
Yeah, they may very well say, well, I'm sorry, we don't have anything on file that says that this person wants you to know about their medical information. And all of that medical information is private to an adult. And if an adult wants somebody else to be able to discuss their medical situation, it's up to that person to give permission out there.
Right, and so if your child is in a state where they cannot give permission because of their medical condition, and the law is so serious about this. I mean, hospitals, nurses, and doctors can be fined. They can be fined,
right, and
have to pay a financial penalty if they share information with someone that's not authorized. You may be out of luck in getting that information. And John, I've dealt with families who've found themselves in this spot, and the response they always tell me is that they get a little mean on the telephone because they're upset.
Mm-hmm.
And they remind the hospital that, well, that your patient may be an adult, but she's on my insurance, or I'm the one that's going to end up paying the bill, so you better talk to me. And that doesn't get them anywhere either.
No, and in fact, even your own insurance, if you have an 18-year-old or older that is covered under your insurance, your policy that you pay for, you will not be able to talk to that insurance company about that child, even though it's your policy that you're paying for. So you've got to have those 4 things.